Hello my friends, this is Amner Hunter from amnerhunter.com. Happy to spend some time with you on this video. This time around I wanna check out 8 free plugins that are available for a limited time by the companies Izotope, Plugin Alliance, and Native Instruments. These 3 companies created a new partnership called Soundwide, and for a limited time till April 26th, they are giving away all these amazing tools that includes a couple of channel strips, a mastering compressor, another plugin for mastering, a very cool synthesizer, a saturation plugin, also a bass guitar amp simulator, and also a synthesizer and all-in-one VST instrument. In this video, I am gonna show you a little bit about the installation. Also, I wanna talk briefly about each one of them. And of course, I wanna test these plugins and show you how they work. As usual, all the applicable links are going to be down below in the description and first comments. And don't forget to check out the timestamps as well that I leave you down below. Before we dive deep into the content, my friends, I would like to invite you to my website, amnerhunter.com, where I have some freebies for you. You can get some free PDF guides and ebooks for music producers and guitar players, such as the guide on how to make more music in 30 to 60 minutes a day, also the 8-step mixing checklist using only free plugins, and finally the #1 rule and law of home studio. Additionally, I have some free tools available, a huge collection of guitar impulses, a drum sample pack for rock and metal sound, among other utilities. And finally, don't forget to check out my blog and this channel, which I'm updating weekly with tons of free content. So now, let's get straight into the video. This is the website that I am gonna leave you down below in the description and first comment, where it's announced the partnership of these 3 companies, right? Izotope is giving away Neutron elements, a pretty cool channel strip. Plugin Alliance is giving away 6 plugins. I'm gonna talk in depth about each one of them. And Native Instruments is giving away the Ethereal Earth and atmospheric and instruments for soundscapes, things like that. So the first thing that you need to do, you need to claim these offers separately, all right? We are gonna go to this first button of Izotope Neutron Elements. It's gonna take you to this website where you put your email address to create an account or enter in your existing account. And then it's gonna take you to another page where you can finally download the installer for Windows or Mac. And also it's gonna provide you with the serial number that you are gonna need to authorize the plugin. After you download the installer, install it, run the installation process, follow the steps, and once that it's installed, you're gonna need to open your DAW and authorize the plugin, just copying and pasting the serial number that was provided to you. For the 6 plugins by Plugin Alliance, you need to click on this button as well. It's gonna take you to this part of the website where it's already been applied the coupon code or voucher, join Soundwide in capital letters, right? As you see here, it's gonna be added automatically to your cart. The price will be dropped to 0. You enter in your account or open a new account for that matter. Continue the process of placing the order. Once that you finish placing the order, you're gonna need to download the Product Manager by Plugin Alliance. You install that one, enter in your account with your credentials as well. Inside your account in that platform, you're gonna be able to select each one of the 6 plugins, installing and activating these plugins. Also, when you open up the plugins inside your DAW, it's gonna request your email address and password to finally activate the plugins. For the Ethereal Earth by Native Instruments, claim the offer. It's gonna take you to this page. You need to create an account here at the website or enter in your existing account. If you already have an account, click on this button. You're gonna be sent to this part of the website. You click here, get Ethereal Earth, and you can download finally that instrument, which by the way, you need the Contact player, but you can use also the free version of Contact for this instrument to work. The Neutron Elements plugin by Izotope, it's a channel strip that includes 4 modules in total. It includes equalization, compression, also an exciter, and a transient shaper. Let's take a look at the different modules here. First one, the equalizer. You have the different bands here that you can move around. You can select different types of filters here. Pretty simple to use, pretty cool, beautiful user interface. You can put some shelves and also some filters, selecting here Each one of these modules includes a mix control to select what portion of the processing of each module will be affecting the final result. You can saturate the equalization, and here in the compression section you have the threshold, the attack release ratio, makeup gain of the compressor. Here you're gonna see the gain reduction and a mix control as well. This is the threshold that you're gonna be lowering to catch the peaks. It can act as an RMS, meaning the average loudness, peak, and true peak detection. Also includes a high pass and low pass internal sidechain, right? In case that you want to leave something out of the compressor. The vintage mode on this compressor engages non-linear processing, which can be compared to some analog equipment. You have the auto makeup gain here, very useful, and the output gain. Then you have the exciter, which will provide a harmonic saturation. You can add a tape saturation, retro, warm, and tube saturation. Pretty cool. You have also a mix control, and you have also a filter that can work as an internal sidechain. The saturation can be full, defined, and also can be clear. And finally, the transient shaper, where you can process the attack of the signal by increasing this control or decreasing it, and also the sustain, the body or the tail of any given signal. All right, it can be very useful on drums, for instance, to provide more attack. It has 3 types of curves: sharp, medium, and smooth, and 3 modes: precise, balanced, and loose. All of these modules can be changed in order here in the signal chain, the signal path. You can turn on and turn off any of these modules. With this, you can close it. You can blend them with the mix control of each one of them. You have a master input and output control here at the right. You have some pretty interesting presets that I am gonna check out in a moment. And one of the cooler things of the plugin that helps a lot of people is the track assistant. This feature allows you to select a given instrument. Also, you select a different style: warm, balanced, or upfront. You click on next, and it starts to analyze the incoming audio, and it starts to process the signal based on these modules. You have here auto detect, bass, guitar, other, percussion, piano, and voice. Let's take a listen to this plugin in action with some presets and also using the track assistant.
It's coming from you. It's not from the outside. It's from within, no lie.
The next plugin on this list is the Ampeg SVT-VR, obviously an emulation and a pretty accurate emulation of this legendary bass amplifier, the Ampeg. It has 2 modes, bright and normal, just 3 knobs: volume, treble, and bass, and also an ultra high and an ultra low control. Let's take a listen to this amp on this DI bass track. Next plugin on the list, it's the Black Box Analog Design. This is an emulation of the Black Box piece of gear, which adds harmonic saturation and distortion. You have the saturation knob here, also low, flat, and high saturation frequencies, the pentode and the triode. You have the air amount as well, and the output control here. You can engage this air control, bypass the plugin. Let's take a listen some presets of this saturation plugin.
It's coming for you. The war is coming from you. It's not from the outside. It's from within, no lie.
The next plugin on the list, it's the BX console from Focusrite SC and Brainworx. This is a channel strip that includes compression on this part, also a de-esser. This section, it includes also some dynamic filters. It has this gate section, then a high pass and low pass filters right here, the high mid frequency, the low mid frequency, the high frequency and low frequencies. On this part of the plugin, you have the input gain. This V gain alongside the THD control will introduce saturation and coloration to the signal. You have a phase control, mute. You can use it in analog or digital. This is the master fader for the output of the signal. I am gonna go through some of the presets. Let's check it out.
It's coming for you. The war is coming from you. It's not from the outside. It's from within, no lie.
The next plugin on the list, it's the BX Masterdesk Classic. This is actually a plugin that I have reviewed in depth here in the channel. If you wanna check out that video, I'm gonna leave the link around here. I'm not gonna go in depth a lot on this plugin. I'm just gonna explain briefly. This plugin is meant for mastering very quickly. Mastering, I mean it will increase the loudness of the final mix, and it also will balance some of the frequencies in the mix. It has compression included, and it also has saturation, which this THD control has. Also, you have a tone and foundation control to balance the low end and also the high end. Includes 4 different tones. You have a meter to measure the dynamic range of the final track. It also has an stereo enhancement. I am not gonna use it. First, before you start to use this plugin, I suggest you to trim the output. This is gonna be the ceiling of the loudness of your track. For instance, a lot of streaming platforms use -1 decibels. No matter how much I increase the volume, the audio is not gonna pass through -1 decibel. Let's take a listen.
Go, 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 go. The rebels is coming for you. The war is coming from you. It's not from the outside. It's from within, no lie.
The next plugin on the list, it's this awesome Shadow Hills Mastering Compressor. It's obviously a direct emulation of the Shadow Hills compressor, very famous compressor used in mastering in many famous albums. This compressor allows you to use dual modes for compression from the center and left part of the plugin, and from the center and right of the plugin. The controls are the same. You have, for instance, here the threshold, the discrete recover, which is the release, the discrete ratio, and the discrete attack, right? You have these controls in this part of the plugin as well. You have the control to compensate for the volume, the makeup gain, and you have the overall gain and output of the plugin, right? You have two modes, optical and discrete, which behaves a little bit like the LA2A. You can use it in stereo mode or dual mono. You have this meter here that will show the gain reduction. I'm gonna go through some of the presets. Let's take a listen.
Is coming for you. The war is coming from you. It's not from the outside. Yes, from within. No lie. Go, 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 go. The rebels is coming for you. The war is coming from you. It's not from the outside. It's from within, no lie.
And finally, we have the Oberhausen, which is a pretty cool synthesizer included in this bundle. You have the general controls, the level, portamento, legato, pitch, down and up of the notes, also a transpose and voicing option, TMT and unison. You have the VCO1 and 2 with frequency modulation and also pulse width controls. The VCF, where you have frequency and resonance modulation and notch, and also controls that are connected to the VCO1 and 2. You have down below here the envelope 1 and 2, where you control the attack, decay, and sustain, LFO1 and LFO2, low frequency oscillator. You have pretty interesting presets to choose from bass all the way to synth pads, passing through organ, percussions, and more. Let's take a listen to some of the sounds of this awesome synthesizer. Please let me know down below in the comments, my friends, what are your thoughts on these plugins? Have you used them before? Do you have a favorite? Let me know what are your opinions on this topic. Before we go, my friends, I would like to invite you to my website, amnorhunter.com, where you can get some additional freebies that I have for you. I have some free PDF guides and ebooks for music producers and guitar players. Also, I have some free tools available, a huge collection of guitar impulses, a drum sample pack for rock and metal, among other utilities. And finally, don't forget to check out my blog and this channel, which I'm updating weekly with tons of free content. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it very much. I will see you very soon on the next one. All right? Take care.